Christina here from the Life is Now podcast, and this is a Life is Now moment. So, one of my favorite things that Tony Robbins loves to say is, where focus goes, energy flows. And I think that that's such an amazing thing to say and to keep in mind always, because I believe that there are things that we just can't control. There are going to be things in life that we really are out of our control. And so I love to think that with things of that nature, God gets to step in. You get to say, Jesus, take the wheel, and trust in whatever the outcome is going to be. And so one example, for example, my husband is looking to take the exam and pass the exam, because words have a lot of meaning and value. And so in him studying for this exam, for the FDNY, he gets to be confident and trust the fact that he's going to pass this exam. So one of the things that I keep reminding him of, because the exam is actually a bit interesting, and as most exams are, nothing's really simple in life, right? You got to work towards it, you got to study, you got to earn it. And so I keep reminding him the fact of, like, listen, you got to prepare your brain and get in the habit of telling yourself, like, no matter what, you're going to pass this exam. And so he usually doesn't really like to hear that, as many of us don't, right? Because when we're in a specific situation in which it seems like things are going to be like impossible, when you have that energy, that's exactly where your focus is going to be. So if you're able to actually have a positive energy, then you're able to shift your focus and actually focus on something that might be impossible. No matter what, you're actually going to make it happen. I have had many times where I love to share this, where if I feel that I'm going to be late for work, when I'm a recovering procrastinator. So when I was didn't really value time, or really took time for granted, there were many times where sometimes if I was running late, a bus or a train would actually all of a sudden say, we're actually going to start skipping stops. And so I'd like to take responsibility for, yes, I was being irresponsible and should have left with more time. But it all worked out in my favor, because I kept the faith that a miracle was going to happen and I was going to be able to make it to work on time. I'm being over dramatic with the fact that it would be a miracle, but either way, there are plenty of times in our lives where we feel that things aren't going to go our way. Having that attitude will allow you to focus your energy on something that doesn't work. If you actually focus your energy on everything's going to work out, it doesn't even matter how, and it doesn't even matter if you understand whether it's going to work out or not. Just because you believe, you're focusing your energy on that, and it's going to happen. It's just going to happen. It's the power of faith. It's the power of believing in yourself. It's the power of knowing that things are out of your control, and that no matter what you do, if you have the right attitude, anything can be possible. And so where energy goes, where focus goes, energy flows. Whoops. But you guys understand what I'm saying, and I just wanted to forward you guys with this Life is Now moment, so that you guys actually know what's important in your daily life, what attitude you want to actually hold on to. If you're going to be a negative Nancy, if you're going to be a Debbie Downer, don't be surprised that the outcome isn't actually going to be positive. But when you keep the faith, when you actually hold on to just trusting that things are really going to be okay, then you see that there's a lot more possibilities in that. So this has been a Life is Now moment, where focus goes, energy flows. Not said by me, but by Tony Robbins, which we are all a fan of, or most of us. Yeah, I hope that will forward you guys for the day.